Hi there. Today I will be explaining how to solve level 4 linear equations. My name is Connor Ryes, and let's get into it. A linear equation is an equation where the variable has a power of 1, and the goal is to find the value of the variable. Now, to solve a linear equation, we need to isolate the variable, which means getting the variable by itself on one side of the equation. The steps for solving linear equations are as follows. Simplify both sides of the equation by using the distributive property and combining like terms when necessary, using the inverse operations to move variable terms to one side of the equation, move constant terms to the opposite sides, divide by the coefficient of the variable to find the solution, and check the solution by substituting the value back into the original equation as a proof. Let's start with the first example. 5x plus 3 equals 18. First, you have to get the x by itself. So the first step would be to subtract 3 from both sides of the equation, because what you do to one side must be done to the other. So once you subtract 3, it leaves us with 5x equals 15. Now, that's step 1. We still have to get x by itself on one side. So now we must divide by 5 on this side, and then divide by 5 to the other side, because what's done on one side must be done to both sides, which leaves us with x equals 3 to be our final answer. Okay, let's go into our second example. For example number 2, let's go with a slightly more difficult problem. 4x plus 6 equals 2x plus 14. Now, first, we're going to start with like terms. So we have to subtract 2 from this side. I always go with the lowest variable so it keeps them positive. So subtract 2 from both sides and rewrite the equation. It's 2x plus 6 equals 14. Then, naturally, we divide by 6. Subtract 6 from both sides, because what's done to one side must be done to the other side, leaving us with 2x equals 8. Then, remember, you have to get the x by itself, the variable by itself, so we divide by 2 to both sides, which leaves us with x equals 4. And that was our second equation. Now, let's check. Always proof your work. So, substitute 4 back into the original equation to see if it's correct. So let's do that now. 4 times 4 plus 6 equals 2 times 4 plus 14. The solution of this, 4 times 4, is 16, plus 6 gives us 22. And the other side, 2 times 4 gives us 8, plus 14 also gives us 22. So then we know our answer of 4 is correct. Let's do a third example, just to solidify it. Finally, example number 3. We'll do a slightly more difficult one again, building up. 3 parentheses x plus 4, close the parentheses, equals 21. First, use the distributive property and divide, or multiply, not divide, my apologies, to each term. 3x plus 12 equals 21. Then, must do the next step, which is subtracting 12 from both sides, because what is done to one side must be done to the other. So subtract 12 from 21. These two cancel out. This gives us down to 9 equals 3 x. Then you divide by the 3 to both sides. These two 3's cancel out, leaving x by itself. We finally got the variable by alone. Then gives us 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So ends up with x equals 3. Now, let's proof our work to make sure it's correct. 3 plus 4 equals 21. Use PEMDAS in this situation. So 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 times 3 is 21. 21 equals 21. Therefore, our original assumption of x equals 3 is correct. In conclusion, solving level 4 linear equations requires following a series of steps to isolate the variable by using inverse operations, the distributive property, and substitution to check solutions. Linear equation can be solved accurately and efficiently. Thank you for watching.